Hello everybody, Shannon Bankford with the Hobbit Music and Arts Academy Online. Today I'm doing a video for a couple students that are working on the song Runaway, originally done by Shannon, also covered by a variety of people, but we're going to do this in the key of A major and A minor because that's closest to the recorded key of what the Traveling Wilburys did. Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, and George Harrison. They're covered this song, so I'm going to show you the verse groove and how I play the piano on the verse, the chorus, and then I'll actually play how I do the solo on the piano too for you. Alright, so let's start with the verse. It was originally in B flat major, minor, and major by Shannon, so it was a little high for me, so I think most piano players and bands I've played in have done it down in A minor. It's an easier key to play in and sing in. So we're going to go over in A minor, and that's what's closest to the recording by the Traveling Wilburys. It sounds a little bit in between, actually, the recording I listened to, so depends on what you're listening to. But we're going to go over it in A minor. So we're going to use big octave shapes with this right here. So the way the arpeggio pattern goes on the actual piano part. Now, it starts with just strumming on A minor, and then these arpeggios come in way up here. Let's see if we can see this. Yeah, we can see this. Okay. So, it's an eighth note subdivision, so you're going one, and on the and you're sliding up one and one and one and two and three and four and one and two and three and four and. So you want to just get used to that first. One and two and three and four and this is actually a triplet here. This is one, and then the little roll up is a triplet on the end. So it's like one triplet, two and three and four and one triplet, two and three and four and one triplet, two and. So work on that and use your wrist to rotate this. Now some of us, sometimes because we're always playing the left hand on beat one, I don't actually hit this. Sometimes I just go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So at first, this is a good pattern just to do. Put the root in your left hand, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and, I'm sorry, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and a let 2, 1, and a let 2, and 3, and 4, and, or 1 triangle, 2, and 3, and, that's a triangle, and these are duples. So 1 triangle, duple, 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 1 triangle, duple. If I really slow it down, 1 triangle, duple, 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 1 and triangle, duple, 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 1 triangle, duple, duple. So hopefully that helps you figure out how to count this rhythm. But if you want to just do it by ear, and then it does it on A minor twice, G, and then F major, and then we get these hits on E. So let's just go over the arpeggio pattern here. And down to G, same shape. And down to F. Alright, so at first, just practice that. Pause the video and see if you can get this 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and land on this E chord right here. We're in an octave shape in all of these, and they're all root position. A minor, G, F, and E, like this, alright? And the hits on the E are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Again, we have these subdivisions here, so it's 1, 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Counts that you're actually hitting on are 1, 2, 3, and then the and of 4, 1 and 2 and, not on 3 but on and 4, and then we kind of, 4 is, we hold on 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you got to rest right here on 4, and a rest right here on 3. 1, 2, 3, and rest, and 1 and 2 and 4, and then it kind of holds for the and right here. All right. So you're gonna have to subdivide this and break this down. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. octaves in my left hand, octave E's in the right hand with the E major chord up here. Okay, alright, I'm going to play the whole intro with the simple left hand, just the root down here right now. The whole verse, I mean. Alright, now the more advanced left hand is to actually toggle this between root and fifth down here like this. So I usually have my thumb on the root here. Or octaves. So we're actually hitting on 1. We're holding it 1, 2, and we hit on the end. Syncopated. And we hit on 3. And we hold to the end. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So you probably want to loop just the A minor arpeggios with that. So if you can do it on A, then you move down a step to G. So that's how I sing and play the groove, just like that. Okay, and if that's too hard to do the syncopated left hand between the roots and fifths, you can just do the roots on 1, 1, and 3. All right, like this. Or a root and fifth. Alright, and that launches into the chorus, which is in the major, the parallel major they call it, which is where the root of the minor key and the root of the major key are the same. It's called parallel major. So we go from our A minor to our A major, we put our C sharp in the middle here, and all these chords we're going to play up here, we're just going to keep the A's, the octave A's here on the outsides until we get to the E, and then we're going to go up a step. But for these first 3 chords, I wonder... wonder. It just repeats this. Why? Why? She ran away, and I wonder. And then when we get to the D, it starts arpeggiating in. And then we go up a step to E. And back to A. And then D. And A, and then it hits all 8th note E's like this. And there are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a measure of E's, chunk and 8th notes, right? So just so it's easier to hear, I'm going to move it down an octave. But the piano player is actually playing way up here, all right? So I'm going to move it down an octave just so it's easier to hear. So this is the chorus. It comes right out of these hits. It goes. Walking in the rain, tears are falling when I feel the pain, wishing you were here by me, to end this misery, and I wonder, my little runaway, run away. Almost got it. Okay. Alright, so breaking it down slow. The A major is A, C sharp, E, A. Alright, and then we're going to hit this on 2 and 4. So it's like 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Up to speed. I go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2. and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. And then F sharp. So how do we get to the F sharp? We just changed the E to F sharp right here. Right here. And back to A. And F sharp. And it actually loops that, I think, 3 times when you count for the pre-chorus. Alright, and then when we get back to the D, here's our D chord shape. A, D, F sharp, A. So all we did is we changed the C sharp from the F sharp minor to a D right here like this. Alright, and then instead of doing this, which sometimes I do, I notice on the recording it actually goes back to the arpeggios. So we go back to our roots and fifths here. So that's how you do the D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... Alright, you take that whole thing up and you just move up a step, and you can do it on E with a B, E, G sharp, B. It looks the same as the D, has a sharp here. I'm using 1, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5. Here it is on E. So there's a twice on E, and then it goes back to A, and we use our big A sharp, and it's just like this, except for in major we have a C sharp. Right here. And look at how close we are to the D. You just change the middle 2 notes. So you go from A major here, C sharp, E, to D with a D and an F sharp here. And back to the A. So from moving from A to D, I shift my second finger up, and then I switch to my 4th finger here. And then I move my second finger back down, use my 3rd finger. So you probably have to practice D to E, and going back to A, and then changing these middle ones to make it an inversion of the D chord, and back to A. And then when you get to the E, we hit it like a full chord, like a whole measure. Alright, and that launches us into the solo, actually, which I'll show you. Alright, let me play this whole thing the way I would normally play it, with the left hand going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Alright, I'll play it here just so it's easier to see in here, and I'll play it here so it's easier to see in here. Usually I'm wider, like this. Okay, well, camera can almost barely not cover that, so. Alright, so it goes like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We switch grooves. And here's where the solo comes in. Down. Almost. And right back into the chorus. So the solo happens over this verse. So I just played it twice through the whole verse with the solo. I'll show you the solo. Again, I'll move it down an octave just so it's easier to see. Okay, so we finished the chorus.